Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sam the SLB, and alongside me today is the man behind the Twitter, Wrestling's Voice of Reason, Scott, as well as the third man himself, the man in black, my co-host on ATR, Above the Ring, Rising Sun, Ethan. We coming to you from Above the Ring Ship It Studios, Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering all things AEW, WWE worldwide. Guys, before we begin, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you decide to like, not socialize, and be, and join us. Big weekend, guys. Bedlam Media Championship weekend, starting weekend 4 in the books. Scott, you weren't here on the last episode because you would have definitely appreciated my last comment. This weekend for us is like our Daytona 500.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's nice to be back. I know obviously I don't have a camera on today. Still dealing with an injury and I'm kind of laid up. So kind of felt, and also I'm on a laptop and not on my desktop computer. So I don't want to be like those, boomers with the taking a camera phone being right in the face. So like I'll just go audio only today. But yeah, I think I broke Ethan too again. Yeah, this weekend was great. King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring was great. And I had some hopes going into Double or Nothing. I actually haven't been watching their pay-per-views as of lately because it's just hasn't been for me all that enticing. And this one I'm like, all right, I'll give it a go. And yeah, that was well worth the money.
Yeah, it was good. I haven't watched King and Queen of the Ring, so I'm going to let you guys talk about it, but I've heard nothing but absolutely great things about that show as well. And we're going to let everyone know that, again, going into this, we have this weird, champion thing going on right now. We don't really have a champion. Scott and Ethan pretty much tied the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
We need to put more fail safes in.
After
this year. But we're going to go with it. King and Queen of the Ring. I'm going to start there so we can kind of, I know that was a quick one. And Scott, again, once we get to the end, if you want to give the or Ethan, I forgot who had Ethan has the information. Yeah, you know what? Ethan, you're gonna give your Ethan picks, and Scott, you're gonna give the score after each pay-per-view. How about that? Give everyone a job
tonight. Good. Oh yeah, welcome to Blood Sunday Money 11th Incarnation.
Let's get it right into it, guys. Just to clarify, and as we start, I know I'm already cutting in. We did not count the pre-show matches. So
for Double or Nothing.
For Double or Nothing, yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, as you were.
It's funny. It's funny because Tony Khan in his infinite wisdom likes to add 18 matches after we do our shows. So we implemented the new rule that after we do our shows, if he adds more matches, which normally go into the pre-show, we're not going to count them for AEW shows. WWE, they normally don't do pre-show or kickoff matches anymore, but recently they've been dropping one here, one there, and they actually happened to drop a match within like a few hours of Sam and Ethan doing our pre-show. So we decided to throw that one in. And that's actually what kicked off things. It was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending and retaining their WWE Women's Tag Team Championships over Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Ethan, what do you think of this one?
It was there for me. 6 out of 10.
I like that Indy's finally decided to embrace her dark side, being with Candice. I know that they were doing some stuff with Maxine Dupree before Chad decided to turn into Omega Chad and be the biggest heel in the business.
Per Gable.
Hello, Gable. But yeah, like you said, yeah, the match was all right. I mean, it is what it is. It's nice to see the new power tag team of Bianca and Jade just continuing to hold on to this title. Kicking off the show, we had the Women's World Championship on the line with Liv Morgan taking on and defeating Becky Lynch to become champion but not without some help from a certain dirty Dominic Mysterio.
No, Scott, he's Dominic Guerrero now.
No, I mean, he's been that since like the ladder match for his custody
Yeah.
all those years ago, and now I know the joke is out there, but it would not surprise me if we had some type of like ladder match between Liv and Rhea once Rhea comes back, and Dom will be like on the line as well. It'll be some
Yes,
stupid
custody
shit.
of Dominic too. I said this.
Exactly. It's gonna be hilarious. I cannot wait to see this happen. Part of me just has this feeling that Dominic's gonna turn on Rhea, and it's gonna be like, you think he has heat now? Just wait. It's gonna be ridiculous. But for me, I thought this was a really, really, really good match. Ethan, what do you think?
I do agree. It's funny with Sam saying custody of Dominic. It's the adult version this time, not the kid anymore. So I thought this match was fun. I mean, they had better matches, but I enjoyed this one. I guess 7 out of 10. And Becky Lynch looked like she was ready to give out blackjack cards at the roulette table.
Well, I actually saw this later on Twitter. Both of them were doing like callbacks to something that Britney Spears has worn during her some of her concerts.
I knew about Liv. I didn't know about Becky though. I thought people said she looked like a butler.
Well, she did, but I guess Britney did that as one of her concerts too. So I was just like, wait, I'm like, I feel like because when Liv came out in all the red, I'm like, I've seen this before. Where have I seen this? And I looked online and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then Becky came out and I'm just like, maybe there's a theme here. Yep, sure enough, there was. So, but hey, Liv's champ now. So obviously by the time we're recording this, Raw's going to be starting in an hour. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens on Raw.
They're doing a cage match, by the way.
I did see that. So, and there's also the rumors of Becky not signing a new contract yet. So who knows? This could be the end, which would be, I think, sad, but who knows? Becky wants to go home and be a mom. Let her go do that too. She's done plenty in this business, but obviously the selfish side of me wants to see her stick around. So
I think she's stick around. She's not going to AEW. I know people are making jokes.
No. I don't think if she leaves, I think she's just retiring to be a mom.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, she don't. I think she'll stay. I remember when people thought Drew was going, and Drew's like, "I was never leaving." I'm like, "Thank you, Drew."
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, because if you're doing well, why would you jump? But that's neither here nor there.
Well, let's jump in here. Adam Copeland or Edge here. I mean, he pretty much had everything. Ryan Danielson that does. Even Jericho. Remember before Jericho jumped? I mean, yes, he was kind of in the back, but legend status. So, and there's always going to be a spot for him if he showed up. Some people just want to pursue other things.
No, that's true. That is true.
Maybe she goes to TNA. You never know. Or maybe she goes to Stardom because Stardom has a lot of talent that they can't touch over in the E. So,
no, that is a valid point.
But no, Sam, they're partnering up with fucking Marigold now. Come on.
But yeah, most likely, I think the retirement or the time off to be a parent is probably the most likely in this case.
Yeah, I think she sticks with it. But like Scott said, I think she might take some time off for like to be my mom and stuff. And with Rollins, where he's still out with an injury.
Yeah, and Rollins did. I think Rollins also just signed an extension as well, so he's around for multiple years. So somebody's still doing something. So it is what it is.
Let's be honest, he's probably gonna be a lifer there.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, yeah, he's been able to reinvent himself multiple times, and he's put every single thing he's put over. So we'll see. After that, we had, I would probably say, for me anyways, this was my match of the night. It was for the Intercontinental Championship, the triple threat match. Sami Zayn taking on and defeating both Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. Obviously, the major storyline coming out of this, outside of Sami retaining, was Otis accidentally causing Chad to lose, and just the stare down between those two at the end of that match, or I should say more like Chad just staring a hole through Otis's face as the match is over. I think I'm more excited to see what happens with Alpha Academy tonight on Raw than anything else, because I'm so ready for Otis to just go ham and just it's gonna be great. I feel like we got robbed because of COVID when it came to his storyline with Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose. I feel like this might be the opportunity for him to finally get a huge crowd to just be 100% behind him when he takes out Chad Gable. It might be in SummerSlam, but I don't give a shit. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see this happen.
The fans are going to go nuts when Otis turns on Gable. I mean, he slapped him across the face twice, and I'm like, do it, Otis. Beat him up.
Yep.
Use your meaty body for the table or something. This is one of my Ethan picks, 8 out of 10 for me. This was a really fun match. I mean, Bronson redoing a fucking suicide dive.
Right?
Flying
he did a moonsault at some point as well, I think, during this match.
Paying homage to Bam Bam Bigelow.
Right?
So I love the double ankle lock spot, by the way, where Gable had on Bronson and then Sammy had it on Gable.
Yes.
I called the 2 about Bronson getting pinned. I called that on the pick show.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because you don't really want to pin Chad because you want to keep Chad strong because this angle is going to clearly continue. Because now Chad's going to be like, you didn't beat me, so I still want my shot. And just, I feel like we might get this at Clash because I believe that's WWE's next pay-per-view.
June 15th. Yeah.
Premium live event, because God forbid we call it what it actually is. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be good. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, for me, like I said, I think that was my match of the night. The Queen of the Ring tournament final, Nia Jax from SmackDown becoming your Queen of the Ring, defeating Lyra Valkyria from Raw. Now, I have to say, this one might be the best finish of the night. The way the match ended was just insane. Nia on the top, getting ready to do her finisher. Lyra underneath, trying to powerbomb her. And I think Lyra just overextended herself. And then Lyra just dropped. And it just, yeah. I just thought it was just the perfect way to end it. The crowd popped for it. I was like, oh my God, I think she's dead. It was nuts.
I like this match. I give this one 6 out of 10 as well, but I like this match better than the pre-show tag title match. I mean, Lyra Fakir, my God. I was like, that spot was pretty cool. I was like, uh-oh.
She also, I think, had the best entrance, too, which she had the whole, the Raven out. What the hell? A Raven Crows? One of the black birds. Just, it was really cool to see. And the moment I saw that, I'm like, yeah, she's probably going to lose. There's no way when you get a fun entrance, you're not winning.
And also, Becky lost.
Out of 10.
Right. Well, also Becky lost at the beginning of the show, so I was like, okay, yeah, Nia's probably winning.
Yeah. Plus, I also thought, like, I don't know, kind of, big spoiler for the men's side, but if you're gonna have one brand win one, the other brand has to win the other. So I don't think they'll ever do a clean sweep of who wins King or Queen of the Ring.
Well, if they do, it's super rare too.
Right. Exactly. Because you kind of don't want to have like that one brand supremacy, especially when the brands are not on the same channel. So you can, the execs will be like, hey, come on, we need throw us a bone here. But with that being said, jumping in obviously into the men's King of the Ring final, some controversy on the show with Gunther defeating Randy Orton, or did he? Because Randy's shoulder was clearly up, and the ref obviously didn't see this, but the crowd saw it. Obviously, Twitter saw it. And even Triple H talked about it after the show was over. He said, well, the ref's decision is final. However, I'm pretty sure that both Randy and Gunther are going to want to finish this, squash the controversy, because, it's pretty obvious. This wasn't like, his shoulder was popped up. Like, the ref was counting at 1 and Randy's shoulder was already up. And I'm like, guys, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, so that's like, even Corey Graves on commentary was like, can I get another angle? And then they just went to Gunther celebration. I was like, oh, poor Corey. Yep. But I enjoyed this match. This was actually my match of the show. I just want a 9 out of 10, another Ethan pick on this show. I love how this story was basically Gunther winning with different finishers. Like when he beat Sheamus, it was half Boston Crab, and then he beat Kofi with the full Boston Crab, and then he beat Jay with a sleeper hold, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then he pinned Randy. I was like, cool. Look, 4 submissions in 1 pinfall. But Gunther rarely ever has shitty matches. So
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I don't know. I just felt like for me, like this was like 1B from like my favorite. I hated the ending. I was just like, come on, like,
boo.
it's like, how do you not see that? I mean, you could have finished it in like 2 seconds after the fact, or maybe this was the plan all along. Who knows? Either way, we're gonna get a rematch at some point. Obviously, Randy looked like he was pretty beat up after this match. Not obviously because of what Gunther did to him, but I think Randy's body kind of had a moment where it didn't look so good. So Randy might take some time. Maybe this will be a SummerSlam rematch. Who knows?
Clash of Castle.
Well, like I said, depends. Because Clash of the Castle's in what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that'll be enough time for Randy to recover. So that's why I'm thinking maybe SummerSlam. Give him some more time.
Well, I have Gunther wrestle twice in one show because he can't get a world title match.
That's true. But that was I thoroughly enjoyed this match as well. And of course, our main event, 6 shows, 6 matches on a show. This is the prime WWE now. I love it so much. It's the NXT method. It's how it should be. Cody Rhodes defeating Logan Paul to retain his undisputed WWE Championship. This match was really good as well. We had some great moments with some camera work. We had Logan Paul do this ridiculous frog splash off the top rope with a drone doing this like 360.
That was badass. I like that.
Yeah. Apparently, Logan had been chasing that for a year, and they finally, I guess, in some of the stadiums in America, they couldn't do it, so they were able to do it in Saudi. So I guess, hey, now's the perfect time to do it. We had a moment, maybe planting some seeds with maybe Logan Paul and maybe Corey Graves. Logan going after Michael Cole and Corey coming to his defense. I'm just like, dear God, put Corey Graves back in the ring. For those of you who watched him in the Indies or in his early NXT days, the man could go. He's finally been cleared by doctors, but you want to give him a one-off match? Holy shit. That'll pop the absolute crap out of me. I cannot wait. I hope that happens. Even Michael Cole, I think that would be great because you can see Corey come in, or shit, even Pat McAfee. Give me Pat versus Logan at SummerSlam. Just, I need to see something. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
I kind of want to see that now. It was funny, like when he took it to brass knuckles. Michael's like basically always acting like when someone breaks a pinky promise, like you broke your promise. You're a loser. And then Logan tried, and then Corey's like, it's easy. And I'm like, get him, Cole, get him. Fuck him up. Get him.
I like how Cole's like, you had a pre-nuck. I'm like, oh my God, the pun. God damn it.
I did not. I gave this match a 7 out of 10. I didn't really like the interference from the Prime people and that comedian, that Saudi Arabian comedian. I thought that was, but it was still. I gave this one a 7 out of 10.
Saudi Arabian comedian, huh?
Yeah, he was there during the last one, and he was actually pretty funny. I was waiting for him because they advertised him, and I was just like, oh, he didn't show up, but he just shows up in this last match. I was like, oh,
hello. Okay. Yeah, he was a ring announcer for that match too.
All right, so I was gonna say overall, rating, favorites, worth watching. Like what matches we?
Oh, wait, this is my turn.
go ahead.
Sorry, Scott. So I would say 8 out of 10, and I would watch. If I'd say skip one match, I'd say the pre-show, honestly. I would watch the main show, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty much echoing what I would say. Probably like the favorites, I would probably say obviously Liv and Becky. Honestly, no, pretty much the whole main card was really good. Not really a bad match on the main card.
No.
All right. Well, let's shift over then to. Let me tell you, that's always Bizarro World, and we can have a conversation on this, I think, on the next ATR episode. But man, we go from 6 matches in WWE to a 12-match card.
Fuck.
Over in AEW, which I got to give Tony credit.
Tony, come on.
He stopped at 12. I got to give him credit there.
I did too.
But also, end the pay-per-view before midnight.
Yeah, I think it went to like a little over 12:30, which honestly, not as bad as it could have been. I mean, also 12 matches instead of 15 or 18. So that's positive. But yeah, there was no need, absolutely no need for 12 matches on this pay-per-view. None whatsoever.
Like, it was over 1:30 for me. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired.
I know. For Ethan, yeah, for you, 1:30. Thank God we had today off. I mean,
yeah, right. Like, it was like, it started 9 o'clock my time, and I'm like, okay, please be at midnight, 12:30. No. We went to 1:30. I'm like, fuck. Stop. See, this technically for me it would have been a 2-day period anyway, because it's going Sunday into Monday. So I mean,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm like, fuck, Tony, please stop with the fucking. Yeah, we don't need like 12. Okay, I could put up with, like, it's just barely cutting the line, but I could put up with it. I'll ramp. I got some thoughts about the IWGP Eliminator match. I'm gonna go on a rant about that later. Shut up, Scott.
All right, well, let's get right into it then.
Pre-show match number 1.
Pre-show matches. Yep. We got Deonna Purrazzo taking on, defeating Thunder Rosa by pinfall.
I enjoyed this. 7 out of 10. I like how Deonna, she paid homage to her husband, Steve Maclin, with the crosshairs that. So basically, put her in the tree low and then she spears them. Her spear's kind of shitty, but whatever. I can see them having a best of 3, guys. It's a best of 3. They gotta have one more match stipulation, I think.
Makes sense. I like the way how also like Deonna holds on to the bottom rope to get to secure the pin. It works for these two. Honestly, this match should have been on the main card.
Yep,
I agree.
I don't think this should have been a pre-show match.
Thank you. That's why I sent them the group chat. I was like, fuck, why is this on the pre-show?
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. I like the fact that they started off strong. Obviously, the second kickoff or buy-in match wasn't exactly as good as this one was, but I feel like this probably could have taken the spot of something on the main show, or even just throw it on the main show and make one of these other longer matches a little shorter, but whatever. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this. I enjoy Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, so I have no quarrels watching them have another match down the road.
Unless it's on the pre-show, because it shouldn't be on the pre-show.
It's true.
Deonna Purrazzo is a better heel, by the way, than a babyface.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
She's an Italian Jersey girl. Of course, she's a natural heel. I mean, come on.
Her Impact run with the championship, one of the best.
One of the best. My God. Bang. Say with us, guys. Banger after banger after banger.
When she took on Taya?
Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah. So let's talk about one that's definitely not a banger.
This fucking sucked.
The Acclaim taking on, now we're calling Cage of Agony, Brian Cage, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan.
What the fuck are we doing with this match? I hated this. 4 out of 10.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, this was one where I know who Cage of Agony is.
By the way, that is the real group name. We're not making that up. Brian Cage said this on Rampage, by the way. Scott thought I was joking. This is
I did at first. I had to watch Rampage, and after I watched it, and I saw the segment where they called themselves that, I was like, really? You guys couldn't come up with anything more original? Okay.
I feel bad for Cage Agony. Give rid. Honestly, get rid of Brian Cage. I like Brian Cage, but get rid of him. Like, worse than Cage Agony from New Japan. They were fucking badasses. Why are they losing to a 68-year-old Billy Gunn with a fucking mascot in their corner? He got distracted by Chance, the mascot. Why?
I expected a reveal. I thought maybe somebody was hiding underneath the mask, but
Same.
apparently not.
So I was waiting for the head to come out. I'm like, all right, who's on? I thought it was gonna be like Prince Donna or something. No, and then Matt Cat's like famous for. Did anyone see the girl, by the way, give Anthony Bones a piece of paper?
Yes, she apparently is a professional wrestler.
She is.
I guess she was a plant, or she was just there at the show. But I saw that, and you just see he just looks at it, gives it to Billy Gunn, and Gunn just throws it at the ring. It's just like, okay, apparently not everybody loves the Acclaim.
That was so funny. He's like, and she's like,
no.
that'll work for me, brother.
Nope.
But yeah, this match sucked 4 out of 10. This is a definition of a pre-show match.
But also, go ahead, Scott.
No, I was just he's right.
Yeah, and I'm going to save some of my thoughts for, I think, the next ATR. I think I finally have down, Ethan, the topic we're going to talk about.
Uh-oh.
All right. I think it's a good one. I think it's going to appeal to everybody and piss everybody off, which I think is very beneficial. You're going to get the ATR take. And the ATR take are not that hot takes, but they aggravate so many people. So I'm looking forward to aggravating you all listening to that episode. Going into the main card, though, wow, banger.
Banger!
I can tell you right now that this one's an Ethan pick.
Yes!
Will Ospreay take on...
Oh, by the way, five on the show. 5 Ethan picks on the show.
Yeah, it was good. It was, like... this is what I'll say before we get into this first match on the main card. AEW definitely is getting a different feel. They're definitely slowly crawling their way back up, but I don't think they're having that strong AEW feel like they did when they started. I'm starting to get the Ring of Honor feel, like what made Ring of Honor great. They had a great show, very short. They need less TV time. That's another conversation for another day. But also, the pay-per-views are just wild.
Yeah.
Wild. But this opening match, Will Ospreay taking on defeating Roderick Strong for the AEW International Championship.
Dear God. That's all I'm going to say. Holy shit.
Say it with you guys. Banger after banger. Like Sam said, Ethan pick 9 out of 10. This fucking rule. Roger Strong, here's a hot take, guys. He needs to leave Undisputed Kingdom. Like, he's great by himself. You don't need fucking the Ring of Honor tag champs taking a band. You don't need fucking Warlock, by the way, Warlock good WWE. Yeah. Roger Strong's great by himself. I mean, he had a banger last weekend with Farmer Abe at Deadlock Pro. By the way, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. This was great. I mean, like Scott said, holy shit. I can't say enough good things about it. This was fucking great. Good way to kick off the show, too. That was smart by TK to put this on in the opening.
Yes, definitely. I could watch this match for an hour. Like, watch these two just go at it for an hour. I don't know if they have the stamina to go for an hour. What they were doing to one another in this first match. But holy Christ.
Go
ahead.
I was going to say, I think Will could. I think Will's done it before.
Will's done it.
That's true. I mean, just the speed and like the ferocity of how these guys, like the chops, like my chest was like caved in by the end of this match. Like seriously, like I thought Gunther's chops with Randy were bad. Holy Christ! Like this reminded me of Pentagon Jr. during his Lucha Underground run. Here's my Lucha Underground fact of the day. His chops during Lucha Underground legitimately sounded like shotgun shells.
Oh my God, yes.
Holy Christ. But like, oh my God, like this match was just, man, like I was so pumped after watching this match. I was like, this pay-per-view is going to absolutely rock. And I thought it did a really good job. I mean, obviously there were some low points, but whew, what a way to kick off the show.
I'm glad Ospreay's okay, but that nasty fucking when he spiked it. He Kota Ibushi himself. I'm like we're 5 minutes in the paper and already he got fell on his head.
I mean, that was Bennett's fault for not clearing the ropes cleanly. And
or was it Taven? Was it a Taven that flew on him?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. That was Taven's fault. That's right. But yeah, I was just like, when I saw that happen, like I legitimately got mad. I'm like, my God, you almost killed this man. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then they go off and have like, how long was this match? Like 20 minutes?
17:57.
Yeah. So yeah, like Jesus Christ, they go off and have another 15 minutes of absolute carnage. It's like, my God.
But also, don't forget, they made sure they started the show off strong. So the match, again, incredible. But, like, then we had other things happen.
Yes. I mean, first we had, like, which I thought was weird that this happened immediately afterwards. You have Adam Cole come out, and I'm like, "Yay, Adam Cole can walk! This is wonderful news!
It's a miracle!"
I know. I'm like, "Yay, he can walk again! He's closer to getting cleared. This is great! Oh, the devil mask. Oh, okay, we're going to continue this storyline. Okay, that's cool." And then, oh, we flash back to 2002. It's Triple H coming out for his return. Oh wait, no, it's MJF. Holy shit!
That was badass. I like the POV where they show part like him whipping Cody, the dog collar match, the world title. I was like, and then like Scott said, Triple H 02 game. I was like, oh shit, it's MJF.
Yeah, that was obviously the whole bidding war of 2024 is over. MJF clearly not going anywhere. He made that abundantly clear, even putting a tattoo on his leg, stating that he's going to bet on himself with AEW. So he's not going anywhere, which I think is probably the best move for AEW. They desperately need MJF star power. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens next with MJF. Obviously, he absolutely destroyed Adam Cole, giving him brain buster after kicking him in the nuts. So Adam Cole probably got sent back another 5 weeks. Who knows?
Dick Kick City, bro.
And Shinsuke Nakamura would be very proud of him. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know if they're really gonna continue that double feud or if MJF effectively killed it on Sunday. So I don't know. But yeah, these first two, like the match of this segment really kicked off. Like I had very, very high hopes for AEW after this. So yeah.
Yeah, these two coming back, you could feel the star power return. Like, the only thing that's missing with this company right now is Kenny coming back in his full glory. So,
Right.
like, it really started to feel like, all right, so we got some of the best storytellers coming back. We have some of the best talent coming back. All right, let's be smart about this. Let's not, do something to Adam Cole and get him out of action for another 9 months after this. So,
right.
But yeah, great way to start off the show. I was just my adrenaline was through the roof.
Yep.
Following this,
real quick. I seen people saying that they should put that on Dynamite, but honestly, I didn't mind this being on the promo.
Yeah, no, this was, I think, a good, because I don't think the last couple of pay-per-views have had their they haven't had like signees. Mercedes Moné is like the big one. And rightfully so. They have a bloated roster right now. And they just took like half of New Japan's like big talent. So yeah, well, I guess I'm cool with this. I mean, at some point they're definitely going to sign more people or somebody else or get rid of some of the lesser talent. But regardless, let's talk about other New Japan talent. The Bang Bang Gang taking on defeating Death Triangle to retain the tree. This was for the unified trio titles, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know where I had missed it, but I didn't realize that when they combined the AEW and ROH, that it turned into one belt effectively. So that was kind of news to me. I'd been following the show, so I'm like, where the hell did I miss this little tidbit of information?
Yeah, they went on the Dynasty pre-show in that winner takes all match.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't buy that pay-per-view. All right, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay. But no, I mean, I thought this match was good. I don't know why my brain decided to go with Death Triangle, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't know. Something for me just. Something's not clicking for the Bang Bang Gang, for me anyways. I don't know what it is. It was nice to see Juice come back, obviously costing Death Triangle the win. I don't know where the hell Juice has been. I don't know if he was injured, if he was just doing
back injury.
Was it an injury? Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because everybody seems to be injured nowadays too. So, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Something for me is just missing. So, but hey, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I got.
Can we get rid of the fucking Bang Bang gang name? Sounds like a porn site.
Well, that might actually be the point.
I know. Go back to
So-
Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, go back to Bullet Club Gold. But I was just telling Ethan the other day, I'm like, man, their entrance has really grown on me where it's like the close up and then they do like the circle around.
Yeah.
I feel like the Guns are really in a better spot, like being with Jay White. Like they don't just feel like, oh, we're Billy Gunn's funny kids, haha, getting our asses kicked. No, I think they've really kind of grown a bit, but the name needs to go.
I agree with you there. I just feel like Jay White's too big for this.
Oh, absolutely.
God,
yeah.
I don't know if maybe that's really what's kind of like rubbing me the wrong way with them. It's just I feel like I don't know. Like I'm happy Juice is there. I think Juice would do great with it. Maybe add somebody else, but I think Jay White needs to go. He needs to just do his stuff on his own. He deserves to be, in the spot where Ospreay is, where have him be challenging Mox. I don't know. I just feel like he's being held back from where I think he should be because I know how good he is.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of like go into what I'm gonna talk about a little bit when we recorded that other episode, Ethan. So one of the things I was thinking about, because I see a lot of people complaining about, AEW just needs to call it quits. Everyone just needs to go, that's the where the children play. Everyone needs to go to WWE. This is what I will say. In a case where I think definitely AEW has a bloated roster, let's think about, if WWE hypothetically tomorrow AEW folds and WWE obtains everything. We're going back to the WCW, the invasion. For me, I think about it this way, like they have a bloated roster. They actually have a lot of great talent right now. AEW, whether you would think the product's great or not, the talent is great. But like with that, it comes at sacrifice. So imagine like all these people again. We move them to WWE, with the WWE talent. We got the shorter card right now, which is awesome. Do we go back to a bigger card, or do we stay with the shorter card and all this other talent loses their opportunity? That's the thought that comes to mind here. And I think that's why, again, this is why I think AEW needs to thrive, because if there's no competition, then you're going to get thrown. I mean, again, WWE's been doing great, but I mean, let's look at Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, New Japan's like one of their greatest ever talents. So in the case of Jay White, yes, I think Jay White needs to end up on the top of, do his own thing, end up further down the card. Maybe it should have definitely been Mox and him for an IWGP. I don't know. I don't know if that would have worked though, in regard to him leaving New Japan.
Oh yeah, fuck the Trey. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, and I understand. I understand the sacrifice. Obviously, there can only be so many people at the top of the card. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they haven't done really anything with him since he's shown up. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. It is obviously it is what it is. And I want AEW to do well. I want them to thrive. I don't want them to go anywhere because competition is best for everybody. If you want to talk about that, like look at what WWE's been doing since AEW's started to get better.
Yeah.
Obviously, their own problems with the whole Vince thing and everything else. Now Triple H being firmly in control, Triple H running things like a tight knit ship, having 5 to 7 matches on every pay per view. That's great. Could they bloat it a little bit? Maybe give us 8 or 9, sure. But the one thing that I don't think anybody would really argue with this, is the storytelling. WWE is a master class at telling stories. AEW, not so much yet. They have some feuds that have great stories, but they have others that it's kind of like, you're playing WWE 2K24 Universe mode, just throwing people together. We're having a match tonight. Okay, why? Something happened? Oh, they beefed on social media. Oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I was just making the point with like Jay. I mean, if you would, if we hypothetically look at like Jay White, and this is why I try to take it like even like WWE every so often. I'm like, okay, Shinsuke is a good example.
Right.
If I was to look at WrestleMania, like where would I put him in that card? Like who would I have him go up against, or what would I replace him? Like this year's Mania was a banger. It was
absolutely.
solid card. So it's like even though he's great talent, it's like okay, well. But we had this great show without him. Not that saying adding him wouldn't add value, but that's the way I look at it. And I know AEW is different. The other thing with AEW, I think right now is like we said, they started with doing all these dream matches, and now I think we're at the end of that, where it's like, okay, you've had the dream matches. Let's get the storytelling rolling a little bit more, kind of like with the EVP stuff, which I think has been top notch for them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we discussed this before. I think it's a year or two too late. But it's still, like you said, it's also better late than never. So
yeah,
they're doing a great job with it. So yeah, I am excited to see what happens with that. But I don't know.
Yeah. So no, I mean, regardless, I get I pretty much was agreeing with the Jay sentiment. My thoughts are just all over the place. The I've avoiding the IWC. You guys know who you are, and you know why. I didn't think this match was bad though.
7 out of 10 for me.
No, I think it was a good. I don't want to use the word filler. It's more than filler. Death Triangle always delivers whenever they're involved in a match. And again, Jay White. So there we have it. However, let's talk about somebody who's timeless with their performances. Timeless Toni Storm taking on and defeating Serena Deeb for the women's title.
7 out of 10. Great match.
It was a good match.
I felt bad. I felt bad for the crowd. I felt bad for Straight Deeb because the crowd kind of not gave a fuck about her. I'm like,
they turned on her so fast, it wasn't even funny. And there was a few moments where I saw she kind of like put her hands up and just looked into the crowd. I'm like, no, Serena, don't do it, just wrestle.
We did get the tease.
Go woo.
We did get the tease for Mariah May with her potentially almost thrown in the towel too.
Yep. That's true.
I got a hot take about Mariah May. Are you guys ready?
If it's to me, yes.
Well, I mean, it's about Mariah May, so it's already a hot take. So go ahead.
Love the way you said that, Scott. So they are bringing back the Owen Hart Cup, and I'm saying, and the winners, by the way, we've already mentioned about the pre-show, they are getting a shot at the titles. By the way, TK, so I'm copying Triple H's homework.
What a wild idea! Who would have come up with something like that?
That's not the hot take is Mariah May should win that and take the title off Toni Storm. Same, I said.
Oh my God, what a way! Especially in Wembley.
Ooh.
Sam, maybe you talked about this on the pick show. I'm like,
yeah, I didn't even. But now with the Owen Hart Cup piece, that really can solidify. Ooh.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm letting that one marinate.
Yep. That's
well, it's funny because most they do the finals like a double or nothing, and I was like, where did they do it? Like, kind of weird that they're not doing it this year. And then on the pre-show, like, oh yeah, by the way, we're bringing back Owen Hart Cup. I'm like, okay, good. And the finals are going to be on July 10th, by the way. I think that's a collision, I think.
Yeah, in Calgary. I like the fact that they do that. They have the finals in Calgary, and then now obviously with the champions or with the winners getting a championship match at All In Wembley. And actually, I'm people want to make the joke about Tony copying Triple H, doing the same thing for the King, Queen of the Ring. What? I like the fact that if you're in a tournament, there are higher stakes that are in play. So I'm all for this. I don't care if he wants to copy. Who gives a shit? This is fantastic news for the wrestlers.
Anytime you have a stipulation match like that, or a stipulation tournament, or a tournament, there needs to be something. There needs to be some kind of let's even use the greatest Royal Rumble as an example, Scott. Every Royal Rumble has followed with a title match. What does Braun Strowman have from the greatest Royal Rumble?
He just has a title that he hasn't defended in 5,000 days now.
He's gonna surpass Fabulous Moolah at this rate. Longest title reign of all time. But no, I think that's good. I'm also liking how he's been pushing like some of these other things. Scott, we've had this conversation. Ethan and I have had this conversation. And I know I've had conversations with other people on this one. I'm glad he's going, by the way, we're going to do this in Canada. And, you're going to have this title shot over in England.
Yep.
Punish the American fans. That's what
That's
I want to see.
Because they are ungrateful and they don't enjoy wrestling like they should. They're spoiled bastards. How dare they?
That's come from two Americans.
Exactly. We know what's up, so we will accept the punishment.
They're like, "Fuck you, America! You're not getting the."
I understand how the rules of supply and demand work.
We're going over to Canada.
when you deplete supply, but demand is high, people are gonna want to pay more, and they're gonna get really thirsty for it. So when they do show, that's what needs to happen. But again, conversation for another day. We could talk about. Geez, I feel like we haven't talked about things like this kind of stuff in a while.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna let Ethan lead this one because this was Ethan's match of the night.
Which one? Oh, fuck. Is this the Moxley one?
Oh, no, this isn't it. Nope. Orange Cassidy taking on and defeating Trent Beretta.
Hot take. This is a pre-show match. 6 out of 10.
This should have been a pre-show match.
We didn't get the swerve that I talked about in our group chat that I was hoping for. But yeah, with that being the case, this should have been a pre-show match.
Like, it's weird. Like, the first match, like, Orange won, and then Trevor apologized, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck you, I'm not selling it." And then I'm like, okay, like, and then I thought this was gonna be a stipulation match. I mean, we already had 3 or 4 stipulation matches on the show anyway. Easy done. Sorry, but I don't know. I just couldn't get it. Like, I like both guys, but and Cassie brought back the Pixies. Oh, it's like, oh shit.
Thank God Jane is free. I love that song to death, but every time I hear it, all I think about is Orange Cassidy. It makes me sad.
There's Scott's hot take.
I just need Wild Thing to go away, and then I can enjoy music again.
I don't like that rendition of Wild Thing. I don't care what anyone says.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I don't. I like Onita's version of Wild Thing better, like the one he came out to.
Yeah,
I think this is what Joan Jett's version, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah, but either way, Moxley's original AEW theme was a banger.
Yes,
banger,
100%.
Yeah, no, back to I don't know, I just couldn't get into this match, like, and then like this should have been this could have been this felt like a TV match to me. I lost my thought for a second. Oh, it's all 3 of us picked Beretta. Well, almost everybody I listened to were like, yeah, I'm picking Beretta. Nope. TK's like, nope. Fuck you.
Right? Yeah, like it made the most sense for Trent to win, especially if we're going to do the whole thing with Don Callis. Now, it doesn't make any sense why he's trying to go after Orange, because Orange is not going to go heel. It's not going to happen. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. I think, to me, the most interesting part of this whole thing was after the match, Trent effectively quit.
Or did he?
Or did he? But it was like interesting. Don did say, though, during a later interview that he's going to have a contract for the Don Callis family. He didn't say to whom, so it still could be Trent. I don't know. But I think if that's the case, then that just is weird, and it should have happened during the pay-per-view, but whatever. We'll see. But yeah, this match really was just like, okay. I mean, it was a good match, but it was like, I kind of wish the swerve would have happened. I think that would have been much more fun to see. But this night had more than enough swerves in it as it is. No pun intended. Also, but yeah. So we'll keep going.
Yeah, I think your swerve is going to come unless he actually quit. Unless this was his way out of the company, especially with Chuck Taylor potentially actually being injured and career ending. I can see the swerve happening down the road. Give him some time, let maybe the Don Callis stuff happen. Maybe like you said, Will Ospreay gets kicked out at some point because he doesn't need the family, and he's borderline a face at this point. So no need to be
not borderline, Sam. A fall.
Yeah, he's a fall on face, bruv.
Bruv.
So imagine, like, I don't know, maybe before All In, there's a turn, and then Will Ospreay, you're gonna have to fight the new signee of the Don Callis family, Trent Beretta. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there, guys. I'm just here for my looks and my ideas. So, but do we want to learn something with this next match, guys?
No, Jesus Christ.
The learning tree. Chris Jericho taking on defeating Hook in Kategori Shibata.
No, Shibata, my boy! What happened to you?
It's my boy! It's that Harry Potter line.
My boy!
Three-way for the FTR or FTW.
FTR, yeah!
FTR championship.
For the Whirler title. I'll take this one first. 6 out of 10 for me as well. I actually enjoyed this, surprisingly. Big Bill, Jesus Christ, man. If he just hit that table leg, that would have been a hit for him.
The man was almost impaled to death. Like, we almost witnessed 2 murders or 2 deaths on pay-per-view last night, on Sunday. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Yeah, because all the suplex, I was like, I watched that clip 3 times. I was like, oh my God, Bill. And everybody's like, Jesus, man. Like he was like this far from like the lucky he moved at the last. I was like, holy sh-. But also, Brian Keefe, why you joined the learning tree? You're I get you're a bounty hunter and you're pissed off because Hook and Shibata made you tap out, which I don't blame him for that part because I'd be pissed off too if I tap out to 2 guys and then they're like, yeah, we both win. By the way, TK, again, stop copying NXT and WWE. Come on, do your own shit.
But did he actually join? I mean, he is a bounty hunter. Jericho might have just paid him off to interfere.
Oh yeah, that's true. Good point.
So I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to him joining the learning tree because I don't know how Jericho continues to do this. The man must be stopped, but he has reinvented himself yet again. And the fact that he's like, he knows the crowd like hates him, but he acts like they love him. It's just, it's next level, and it's so meta. It's great. I love it so much.
I get borderline early Kurt Angle vibes with this gimmick. Like when
I see that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just like, like when he wrestled Taz at the Rumble, he goes, just, just come out. And everyone's just like booing, screw you, Angle, whatnot. I do get that. I'm getting that kind of vibe, and I kind of like it. I'm like, this is something I don't think I've seen in a while.
That is a very good point. I didn't even think of that. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, Sam.
I remember when Kurt Angle came out with his hometown, they're like, they're not going to boo me. And then Finn's like, they're going to boo you. No, they won't. Just watch. And he gets out there and they just boom. He's like, you're booing me? You're me? I'm a hero? I'm like, but I like how that, I'm going to be honest, Jericho Learn Tree, I'm kind of starting to like it a little bit. It's almost like a guilty pleasure. Like, it's funny. It's like Scott's like, he thinks they're cheering him and they're all like, please retire. Jericho's like, if I retire, I'm joining every Hall of Fame. I'm like, you know what? That was a nice line. I'll give you props for that one. That was
right. He's like,
that was nice.
To do that.
But I felt bad for Brian Keefe though. Like another thing, like when he took the mask off, the crowd went dead.
Yeah, because normally when you get a masked figure, you expect like this. You expect a big name. You expect something huge. I actually liked it. I was like, oh, this is great. He wants to get some revenge for for tapping out to both submission moves on Dynamite. So this is perfect. I thought it fit really well. Does he join? I don't know. Would I be upset if he did? Absolutely not. But we'll see. It's nice to see Jericho just continue to like pick these people like out of like, I wouldn't say obscurity, but from like the lower mid card, and he pulls them all up with him. So we'll see.
I like the gimmick he has. Like the bounty hunter gimmick. I like the look. So I'm just like, yeah, Brian Keefe is somebody I'd like to see more of. Absolutely.
I was a big fan of him when I first saw him. Like in his first couple of matches, I was just like, I like this kid. Like he's got a way about him. And now obviously getting signed to the company, I was like, oh, that's amazing. And now he's like prominently on TV more often. So I'm like, I'm all for it. Absolutely.
Sam, you know how Super Juniors is going on right now?
Yeah.
So I got a name for next year's, and it's from AEW, and we're talking about him right now. Brian fucking Keith.
Is he considered a?
Yeah, he's 190.
Oh, he is okay. It's you know what it is. I think it's the getup he wears. He doesn't look like he's like
No,
a junior.
He's short and stocky, so I mean that make I couldn't. That's surprising that he's only 190, but hey, that's awesome.
by the way,
Absolutely.
Roger Strong, can I see you in a G1 in the future?
Man,
Him. Like if they are bringing a couple AEW like nutrients on for a second, give me Roger Strong, give me Claudio. You know what? Fuck it, Dax Harwood. I wouldn't mind seeing him in G1.
oh yeah, Daxie X, absolutely.
I'll get to him in a bit.
And obviously, even Claudio. Claudio would be a wonderful addition. Just make sure you put them in different blocks. Don't have them all be in the same block.
No.
Let's have some. You want to talk about the dream matches, and I'm doing this in quotations behind no camera, but you know what I mean. Like, just let it happen. Let it happen.
Yeah, we need that to happen. So let's hop over to this is the one I'm going to let you take. Since I know this was your favorite match of the night. So, John Moxley taking on defeating Konosuke Takeshita for IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match.
Hate this. like, are you fucking for real? Like, I'm gonna be negative for a second. So you mean to tell me that Takeshita beat the shit out of him last time, Saturday on Collision, hurt his arm, and Moxley's like, fuck this, I'm winning. And by the way, Rick Knox, you are the dumbest fucking ref I've ever seen in my life. You could not hear the chair shot when Moxley hit Takeshita in the head with the chair. Takeshita got fucked. Hashtag Takeshita got fucked. He looks like a fucking geek. All right,
but
7 out of 10 though.
Ethan, though, this is classic rules of wrestling.
I know.
Takeshita was the last one to get the upper hand going into a pay-per-view. So he was going to lose.
I know.
That was the only reason why I picked Moxley to win this match, because that way of how things go with wrestling works literally 9.9 out of 10 times.
I know. Let me have my moment, Scott. But in all seriousness, this actually was a fun match. I just wish to catch it. Honestly, he needed more than Moxley, though.
I agree with you 100%. And if it actually worried me that it wasn't for the title and it was an eliminator match. I was like, oh, Takeshita could actually win this and probably should have. But I don't know. I don't know if he can't wrestle for the title because he's not part of New Japan. I don't know how the stipulations work with that. So maybe they tried to get this to be a title match at some point, and maybe New Japan said no. I don't know.
Well, the catch is part of DDT too, like DDT Pro Wrestling, so I can kind of see why they might not let New Japan got lose to an AEW/DDT guys. So, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, I like there might have been things behind the scenes we don't know about that stopped this from being a legitimate title match. So they had to spice it up and say, "Oh, it's an eliminator match."
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm wondering if they wanted to get them both on the card in a match against each other, and the only way they could, they wanted, let's just not have it be a singles match. Let's kind of like. We can't wrestle for the title, but Moxley is a champion, so maybe we'll just make it. I'm wondering if they'll add the eliminator piece to these matches sometimes, just to be like, oh, let's make it like let's add a stipulation, just to have a stipulation,
right?
Because if it was a singles match, I would say this would be another match you could probably take off the card.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
not in a bad way, because on paper, if this was like the main event, oh, absolutely, I'd watch this all day long. But in the case, if I was to take two matches, if you scrapped the pre-show, and I was to take two matches off the card, it would definitely be Orange and Trent, and then this match.
I would agree. I did like this match. So I give this 1 7 out of 10. I mean, I wish to catch one, but it's what I kind of figured about. I even said on the picture, I'm like, if it's for the top, I obviously would have went Moxley, but I thought the cash shot needs this way more than Moxley.
Agreed.
But I get why, but it was fun. I was like, fuck. It was fun. I was at Memorial. I was watching a Memorial Cup game, and Scott's like, bye, Ethan. I'm like, no! Fuck! Man, what a bad night I fucking had. Boo. Oh, well. But it was still a fun match, though. I think it's like 15 minutes. I think it's 18, somewhere on there.
I have 17 minutes 20 seconds.
Yeah, close enough. By the way, I'm not lying about Rick Knox. He sucks as a ref.
Word. Yeah, he has his own problems. We can always bring John back, good old Statman back on here. Talk about the refs you don't like. So we're moving forward. I only say that because I don't know, refs are ref.
Okay, hey, that's the first time I complain on ref though. Come on.
Oh no, I don't know. No, fair. I'm just like, yeah, I can't knock it. I got nothing to
add.
nothing to add, nothing to debate. I'm like, yeah. That's just my thought. I can agree on that one. I just don't have, word.
Let's talk about another banger that's coming up now.
Oh,
bro. Woo.
I looked at this card, mind you, because I've been in and out. I've had I've been traveling. I've been in a lot of things going on. So when I looked at this card and I saw Adam Copeland was taking on Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match, I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. We have a pay-per-view where we have Anarchy in the Arena and a barbed wire steel cage match. What is this? ECW 97? Yeah, Adam Copeland defeated Malachi Black to retain the TNT Championship. Bloodbath.
Oh my God. And the fact that the House of Black swerved us all, thinking that they were going to turn on Malachi, go stand by Adam Copeland, that got me, as injured as I am, I got off the couch when that happened because I was like, what is going on? And then Brody attacks Adam Copeland. I was just like, wow, I haven't been gutting like that in a long time. Well done, boys. And yeah, bloodbath. Absolutely. Within 2 minutes, I think Malachi was already busted open by the barbed wire. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Moxley would have been so proud of that.
Moxley probably started bleeding in the back watching this match.
By first of 2 10 out of 10s on the show for me. This was fucking amazing. The storytelling, the swerve, no pun intended. The Gangrel showing up. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Beautiful.
Cinema.
The only problem I have with this is when Adam came off the top of the cage.
Oh, Jesus
Why in
Christ.
God's name would you elbow drop him and not just do a splash? Because I feel like he broke his leg. As you watched him afterwards, he was literally limping heavily out of the ring. I'm like, why? Why did you do this to yourself?
Didn't Macho break his knees doing the axe handle?
Probably. I mean, it's a heavy stop to your leg, so that's bad. If you're gonna take a splash, at least your stomach is longer, so it'll absorb easier. But you just have two joints that will immediately take a shock. It's not going to be good. So yeah, hopefully he's just banged up and it's not really bad that he has to give up his TNT title. But I think if I have one minor critique, it was that just splash. Yeah, your stomach's going to go through barbed wire. Okay, that's fine. But I think that'd be easier to deal with than having to deal with maybe a broken leg,
especially at his age.
Exactly. He's in his 50s.
I was like, holy shit. Because I seen clips and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I hope he didn't break his leg. By the way, Malachi's officially allergic to getting pinned or submitted because he passed out to a crossface barbed wire assisted crossface.
Now you guys got me wondering, was there any feedback on that?
On what?
I mean, people were saying online that they didn't think that was a great thing that he did.
No, I meant if his leg had if
there was actual injury. Oh, I don't know. I didn't see if there's any actual news coming out. I didn't watch the media scrum afterwards, so I don't know.
Oh, nothing from Sean, huh? Well, I guess we'll have to look later. All right. Well, let's hop over to. Remember, this is a triple main event show. As we're talking about this, I just remember the Celtics are playing Game 4 tonight, Scott.
Yep, that's right.
So hopefully, they're moving on to the finals by the time you listen to this. Anyways, we had wasn't bad. No, I'll go off of the Ether rating because that's the official ATR rating. Mercedes Moné taking on defeat Willow Nightingale for the TBS title.
This was the free spot on the Big O card. I don't think anybody in their right mind was going to pick Willow to win this, and it hurts my soul to say that because Willow's done a wonderful job as champion.
If I was to choose any match where I wish I could have changed the outcome. And I guess, yes, they do have history from, the IWGP Women's title, but man, Willow's been a great champion. Willow has something about her. I'm just like, she needs to stay in the spotlight of the women's division.
Yep. I think, honestly, the most surprising thing about this whole match was that after the ending.
Oh, yeah.
With Statlander turning on her. That I did not see coming. At least not now. So obviously Willow's going to still be in a pretty high level feud with Statlander. But I feel like there was no reason for her to drop this title. I thought it would have been a great shock factor if Mercedes came in and lost. I thought that would have been great. Maybe she can go into a panic mode about the whole CEO thing. Who knows? But she's now the TBS champ. Who knows what's going to happen next? Because I don't know who could be the next challenger. With Willow, you could have a few people, but with Mercedes, who knows? So we'll see on Dynamite. I'm sure they'll talk about something.
I made a joke to somebody. I said something. I don't know if I texted him or whatnot, but I was just like, "Oh, look!" I just had this feeling when she won the TBS title. I'm like, "This is going to be Jade's second reign." I had this thought in my head. I'm like, she's gonna have this title for 400 days.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
But also, awesome entrance for Mercedes, but fuck, that song sucks.
Oh my god, I know.
CEO.
Stop. Just stop.
I know.
I'm really good with giving people the benefit of the doubt and be like, well, this isn't my thing, but whatever. But man, there's nothing to this that makes me go, yes, awesome. I'm glad she's coming out. Remember how, in John, I hope you're listening to this. Remember how John used with Miro's horns?
The horns.
This is my horns. These are my horns.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this theme song sucked. I thought the match. I'll talk to Chris Statler stuff in a sec. This was a 9 out of 10. This second time, I remember they fought for the strong women's title. Honestly, was he was supposed to win that title. Let's just be honest. The strong women's title, by the way, not TBS. But like Scott said, Will Nightingale's been badass TBS champion. I thought she outshone Mercedes in those promos. And by the way, Scott, you know how we all hate when the challenger holds the title up in the air.
Yep.
The rare time they actually hold the title in the air and they won.
Well, I mean, Mercedes is the heel here, so I mean, I can understand that for her doing that. I have a problem with babyfaces touching the title.
Yeah, true. I know, but I was like, never mind. But I saw on the picture, I wasn't impressed with Mercedes because I had to listen to her for 2 months talking, and she wasn't fully cleared. But honestly, I thought she. The match was excellent. I mean, I remember when Will and I hit the bay with the powerbomb and Stokely and Chris were distracting her. Aubrey Edwards. I'm like, turn around, dumbass, turn around.
Yeah, I'm yelling at the TV. I'm like, Raph, turn around.
Turn around. But honestly, here's that money maker she does. Get rid of it.
It takes too long. It takes too long.
I remember the first, on the Wrestle Kingdom, that means the first one I think we did, where she debuted Toko Kari. She botched out the first night she debuted. I'm like, oh my god! And like Scott said, it takes too long to set up. I don't know, they land so shitty, the way they land. I'm like, get rid of that. Go back to the bank statement or something.
Yeah, now she uses that as her setup move, which is whatever. But yeah, it just takes too long. Finishers are supposed to be sudden. and just be done. Like Braun's spear or Randy's RKO. Like bam, it hits you, you're done.
Or Big Bill's big boot.
Yeah, like this takes like 15 minutes to set up. It's like, all right. Like if I'm playing 2K24, I'm hitting the reverse button 18 times here. I want to block this, stop it. It's just, I don't know.
It's like you're putting on the backpack, and then she goes like, "All right, I'm gonna swing into like a face." I'm like, "This takes you like," and then Chris Down. Honestly, she needs to be a heel. Like I thought her babyface was kind of starting to get stale a little bit, but I think her and Will feuding is gonna be cool. I mean, Nigo's got that edge now where like she can be like, oh, like happy and stuff, and then when it's serious, she's like, "All right, fuck it, I'm ready to fight. Like let's get down and dirty." You know what I mean?
It makes me wonder if she's gonna blame Chris and obviously Bivens for her not retaining the title.
I think so.
Even more of that edge, like you were talking about. I think that would be a smart thing for them to do, to give Willow more of a, not like a, I'm trying to think. She's not one dimensional, but to give her just that extra little bit of, I can't think of the word for it, but it's just. I think it'll help her in the long run to have her have this extra, like, you son of a bitch, you cost me, my title. Now I'm going to take you out, obviously, and because you attacked me after the match when I didn't see it coming.
She took away the friendship bracelet, and then Stokely going with her. I'm like, you know what? Like we all seen it come, like when Chris turned heel, we just didn't know it was gonna be like after that. But I mean, like, because I remember when she hit the move. Like Aubrey Stratton, like with Stokely, and Chris, like, hey, Stokely, like, one plus Chris was the one who started that first fight, like there at Daly's place, where she thought Renee thought Will hit her or something, and she slapped her. You know what I'm trying to say there. But I like I said, the picture, I hate that Will had to drop. Like we knew it was happening. Honestly, this was the one match I kind of wish I got wrong. Not gonna lie, and like Sam said, I wish Will won. Like, I get TK, like, Renee's the big star he signed, blah, blah, blah. But even Punk didn't win his title in the first night he was here.
I know.
Like, but it was still a great match, honestly. So now, I'm waiting for Camille. I can see Camille being her bodyguard, honestly.
Ooh. That's true. That could be fun.
Yeah, we just had that conversation the other day. I was like, wait a minute, she signed? And he's like, oh yeah, like a few months back. And I was like, that would be a way to bring her in.
There's another superstar lady that signed for like a long time. Her name is Megan Bain. I don't know if that name sounds familiar to you guys.
It does sound familiar.
So she wrestled in Beyond. She's the Megasis. Like she was on Dark there a couple years ago. Like I think like right before it ended and stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw a thing on Twitter about that. Yeah, okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Someone said she could, but honestly, I don't see Megan Bain being, maybe for somebody else, but not for me. I think Camille should be the bodyguard for Renee at first.
Camille looks the part, so that would be perfect.
But Megan Bain, I mean, if you guys haven't seen her wrestle, she's fucking phenomenal. Just don't make her mad.
She just came back from an injury. That's why she's been gone, right?
That and she was in Stardom for a long time too.
Okay.
But yeah, fun match. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, let's talk about the title match. Also, I don't think it was a bad match. Probably the weakest out of the three main events, personally.
Yeah.
But Swerve Strickland taking on defeating Christian Cage to retain the AEW World Championship.
7 out of 10 for me. I thought the interference was a little too much I thought it was just too much for my liking. Christian, great heel, love him. Swerve, like we kind of knew Swerve was gonna. I wouldn't mind Christian on the AEW, not like a forever one, like maybe a couple months or whatever. I enjoyed it. I just want to, but like I said, I was a three main event. This was my least favorite out of the three, and I'm kind of glad this wasn't the main event, to be honest with you. So
yeah, I don't think you could have come back from Anarchy in the arena to have another match. It just wouldn't have worked. My favorite part about this whole match was the fact that Christian's turtleneck got used against him.
Yep.
I was thinking about Ashley during that part. I was like, she must be going wild if she was still awake. I don't think probably she wasn't, but I was like, that's fit. I love that. And I think the crowd made not the crowd, but the commentators made some comments about it. I think Cornholio's name got thrown around at some point. It was pretty hilarious. Yeah, this match was a good match. It was a title match. Like, I think we all kind of expected Christian not to win this. Although being appointed by the Bucks is obviously that nice little extra wrinkle, because now the Bucks are going to have even more incentive to try to take this title away from Swerve. So I'm interested to see how that goes. I don't know who's going to be next for challengers for him.
I'm glad you brought that up, Scott. I should finish your thought, and I'll let you know. Let's say what I was going to say after.
No, I'm interested. I want to know. I want to know your who you think will be next.
So on Wednesday, they're doing a Forbidden Door Casino Gauntlet match, and the winner.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Meeting Swerve at Forbidden Door, and I mean, Tanahashi was on Collision. He's going to be in the States for a while, so could this be the third year as a charm for Hiroshi Tanahashi?
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, the first one he faced Moxley, well, that was technically the interim, but still counts. And then last year he was against MJF. So I mean, I don't know. Tanahashi got to cash in his presidency. Be like, I'm winning this title, brother.
You think MJF will be in that Forbidden Door? What is it? You said the Battle Royal?
Casino Gala, whatever they do. Oh, they got honestly their Gala matches change every fucking week. I can't keep track.
That's a valid point too. You gotta hammer that down. What they are. I mean, just yeah.
It's where when Osprey won the number one contenders match, like it was almost like a Rumble, and Aztec Lucha was there. Lucha Underground Scott. Like they come in the ring and they're like, all right, even the commentator's like, yeah, it could be like 30 guys in this ring. I'm like, thank God it was 8. I do not need to see a 30-man pinfall match right now.
Jesus Christ.
I do like when they do the casino battle royale where you have
that's fun.
The way they come out and then you get the wild card. You know, I think I like the way that one works. But
the suits and then like the last person, the number 21 is
yeah.
I'm surprised that wasn't on this show this year, to be honest with you.
Was it on last year's? I think they've been going away from it recently.
Let me check that. I think it was on last. Let me check. 1 second.
I think they've been kind of going the route that like WWE goes with like these battle royales. If it's not the Royal Rumble.
Last year, Scott was the Orange County Business International in a blackjack battle royal, like normal over the top rope.
Okay.
And ironically, he actually eliminated Swerve Strickland. So what a year Swerve had.
Right.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head. But with, Cole back in the picture, MJF back in the picture, but then we got to prepare for All In. Anything. Look, I'm on board. I'm curious to see what they throw at Swerve. I did read an interview recently from today where he talks about he actually gave a defense for how his title reign has been booked. And he said that he does not, and I wish I had the article, he doesn't want to give everyone everything right now. Like, some people we're just going to go right in and we're going to give, you're going to get like the banger after banger after. He goes, we're going to treat this like a 9-course meal. All right. Because usually people will eat, have all this food and then they're like, I just want a salad by the time they're done it, or they're just sick of it. So it's like he talked about how they want to build up to where the matches get better, which I'm like, all right, I've never seen that happen in AEW at least. So I don't know. I'm on board. I want to see how they build it up in that route and that perspective.
Well, I'm all for that. Yeah. Give me something to anticipate. Don't just throw people at them. Just, make a story out of it. Keep it going, build it, and have a banger of a match at All In. Because obviously the Forbidden Door one's kind of going to get thrown at him because that is what it is. Like that pay-per-view is in what? A month?
June 30th, so 33 days from now.
Yeah. So you got a month. I mean, you could technically build a story in a month, but why do that and try to build one a little bit longer?
I think, and this is going to be a take that I don't think anyone has kind of thought about. We're in the era of the EVPs. We're going to get into Anarchy in the Arena in a minute. And everything's been about what the EVPs have been doing. And I know everyone's like, oh, the Bucks are always putting themselves in the way. I go, Yeah, but in this particular scenario, this works. This works for storytelling. And remember how they've kind of knocked Swerve a little bit. They're not giving Swerve the time, or they kind of shafted him here with with this title match. So I think in some ways this might slowly build up to him taking on somebody over there at the Elite.
The only person that really makes the most sense would be Okada. But Okada would have to drop his title first.
Again, I don't know how long they plan on having Swerve having the title for.
Right.
So maybe
down Jack Perry gets a shot?
What?
You think Jack Perry gets a shot?
No, I think he takes the TNT title.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
I think that's my thoughts. I don't really see the picture yet, but I can see this all playing out in that regard.
Okay.
With the Elite.
I see it. I see the vision, Sam. I see the vision.
But also we got blood and guts still. So I mean, who knows?
Oh fuck, dude.
So let's get into the main event. Boys, this is out of the last 5 years, this is the fourth Double or Nothing where Anarchy in the Arena has. I mean, actually, out of all of the Anarchy in the Arena Stadium Stampede Double or Nothings from 2020 forward, this is the 4 out of 5 have main evented Double or Nothing. It's which one did not, Scott?
Which one?
The one that you and I were at, because that was Punk and Page.
Oh, was that was the J? It's funny on comments they kept saying that's the third ever Anarchy in the Arena. I guess under that name, technically yes, but I mean during the pandemic, it was Stadium Stampede, whatever. That was a JAS BCC one, wasn't it? When Kingston came out with looked like he got committed a murder for fuck's sake.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of got that during this one too, but for different reasons.
Yeah. So, as I called, because whatever the Elite are doing, I like what they're cooking. If you think they drag on the ratings, go kick rocks, because the Elite are on fire right now. The Elite, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, Kazuchika Okada and Jack Perry defeating Team AEW, Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood.
No, Sam, it's Cat Jackson Perry. The Jackson 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on. Missed opportunity right there.
I want to paint you the picture of Sam when this was going on, because I had fallen asleep because of the time.
I did too.
Midway through the title match. I did rewatch them, but midway through the title match with Cage and Strickland, I passed out. I woke up to Darby Allin holding a flamethrower. That was the moment I woke up.
What a time to wake up.
And I was like, what is we've watched 5 of these things happen over the years, and I'm like, what is this? What is happening? Fire. Pure fire, this match.
Literally.
There was, I think, and Scott, you said it, and I didn't think about it, when I went back and rewatched it, all of them are fun. All of them are great matches. This one here probably had the best storytelling.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it was just, my God. You had freaking Jack Perry and Darby Allin fighting out into the parking lot. Jack Perry almost getting drowned. Then it looked like Darby got ran over by another bus.
Hi, my name's Darby. Welcome to Jackass. And
right? Seriously. And then freaking Darby comes out with the flamethrowers. I see Nicholas and freaking his brother holding fire extinguishers. I'm like, what is going on? And then Perry comes out of nowhere. Motherfucker gets lit on fire. Like, legitimately lit on fire. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, I put my hand on my head, and I'm like, what am I watching? I'm like, this is pure insanity. I'm like, what is this?
Welcome to Jackass Wrestlers Edition.
Jesus H. Christ. It was wow.
I like how Darby Allin, they start fighting, and then Matt Jackson, all right, play the Elite's music, and Dale's like, cut that shit. We're gonna play the final countdown. And then Matt later on was like, all right, cut it out. I don't want to get $200,000 fine. And I like how Darby, when he dropped, it's the final countdown coffin drop.
It was
That
just
was
so, it was so good. Like I love the fact, like Sam said, like the Jacksons are really diving into the EVP thing, and how he's like, "Oh, shut it off! I don't want to. I have to pay $200,000 every time that damn song plays. Stop it right now!" So good.
By like Dax Howard looked like Tomohiro Ishii with that gear.
Oh my god.
This everything about this match. When I went back and I rewatched it, just even with the trucks, Darby taking out Jack Perry with the truck. I mean, one of the craziest things I've seen, but not as crazy as dropping. I don't know who got thrown off the Titan Towers, the Money in the Bank during COVID.
Oh yeah, that was both Ray and Finn, I think. On Allison, that's right. Baron Corbin committing double murder on the live television.
Yeah, we just don't know. We haven't seen anything since then, but everything. Then they tie up Darby, like a lot of it's just so good. I think they need to kind of continue this they need to look at this. This is the thing that I think they've done. The pay-per-views have definitely been better than the TV.
Yes.
The TV is slowly getting better again. But they really need to, and Tony needs to. This is funny. If I told you 5-6 years ago that Tony was going to need writers for wrestling, I probably would have taken myself and thrown me in the bottom of a lake. But I don't know what has happened, and we've seen that. Like, this isn't just Vince McMahon isn't in charge of the WWE, so it's better again. No, something had happened, and it's like Bizarro World. Like, it's like the card flipped. Like, I don't know what Tony's doing or thinking or... Yeah, I don't know. Figure it out.
10 out of 10 for me, by the way. I actually like this one. This is my favorite entrant in the arena, besides the one you guys were at, the JAS versus BCC, Kingston, and somebody.
That was good. It's funny. We were in the back of the arena for that one, and all of a sudden we see Proud and Powerful coming up on a ladder.
Proud and Powerful, that's who it was. I was like, who's the other team?
Where's the ladder coming from? Who's coming up the ladder? And we weren't low either. We were further towards like the back. And I'm like, where'd the ladder come from? And what's about to happen with that ladder?
It's a ladder. It's an impromptu ladder match. But I remember they hung Darby Allin up like Agent of Fall, Ring of Honor stuff. I was like, what the fuck? And then he stood there, and then he was just there the rest of the match. I'm like, damn, so you're not gonna go help Darby? Like,
nope. The crowd's chanting, "Please help Darby."
That was funny.
He gets super kicked in the face by tapped Reebok shoe. He also had the mask. Excuse me. Like Dax got hit in the face with an exploding chair. Like, there was so much unnecessary shit in this match that was just it was so good though. I loved it so much. Excuse me.
Yeah, so great show. I'm glad that they're really trying to... They're making sure Double or Nothing is their big show. It's their Mania. It's their... whatever WCW had before it crapped the bed. Bound for Glory. Like, they've really... They need to keep this kind of momentum up. I thought the show was great. If you didn't watch it, and that includes you, you know who you are. You Mark. Not Mark. Mark, we love you. But
now San Como fucking Mark. There you go.
But great show. Otherwise, I also was on the fence at last minute. I'm like, I don't know if I want to buy this one. And then it happened. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I was glad I did that. So,
yep.
Guys, thank you so much for oh, wait a minute. We're not done yet. So Scott, the keeper of numbers.
Yes.
Let's talk about the first 2 points from this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Scott's like, I've been waiting for this.
Technically, there were 3 points that were given out.
Ooh.
For King and Queen of the Ring, both Ethan and I, once again, tied perfectly. Going a complete 6-0. So we both get 2 points to kick off things. And Sam, you actually won Double or Nothing.
By 1 point, he beat me by one match.
Yep, by 1 point. So, season 4 starting off, Ethan and I tied in first place with 2. Sam right behind us with 1. I believe our next one, is Forbidden Door.
No, NXT Battleground, June 9th.
Oh, that's right, Battleground. I completely forgot about that. Good call. So yeah, we got points coming. The summer's gonna be hot. I'm very excited for it. So yeah. So far, season 4 out to a hot start, and we'll figure out what the hell's going on with this championship thing. Right now, I think Ethan and I are just co-champs, and we'll figure out something.
We're late cool. There's not.
That's right. We're the male version of late cool right now.
Yeah.
And guys, while they figure it out, if you don't want to do so, please make sure you follow us on Bedlam Media as well. Well, follow Bedlam Media, follow Above the Ring. We're on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You follow me as SWB Official, Scott as Scotty J Stream, and Ethan as Wrestling_fan_9. I'm so glad I put that every single time now. Make sure you like, comment, leave a review, tell people why Above the Ring and Bedlam Media is the podcast. If you're choosing why they should listen as well. Guys, Double or Nothing and King Queen of the Ring have come and gone. Thank you so much for listening. As always, do not forget to join the Bedlam.